Good morning, my beautiful friends. Oh, look at my hair. It's freaking awesome today. Yeah, good morning. This is your wake-up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. We're going to do that with this here I Am deck that I've created. Each one of these cards consists of a wonderful I Am statement, an affirmation phrased in the form of I am. And we're going to affirm these wonderful things about ourselves today so that we can ultimately go out and have a better life and do really cool stuff in the world. So let's get started by pulling one off the top and saying that today I am deep. I am deep. I look past the surface and into the profound. So I am deep. I look past the surface and into the profound. Are you deep? You are deep. Today, you're going to look past the surface and into the profound. I hope that you said those words out loud as I asked the question, because if you did, you've given yourself an incredible gift. You've given yourself the gift of hearing yourself say those words. And as you do, as you hear yourself speak those things, it becomes so much easier to believe them. So, good morning, Frank. Good morning, Brenda Jean. Good morning, Easy. It is wonderful to see you guys here. There's two more folks who I know are on the stream but haven't written anything yet. I would love to hear from you. And perhaps I can hear from you as you do what the other people did and just write in the comments to affirm it for yourself that you are deep, just like I've done. I am deep. And I look past the surface and into the profound. And so, what is depth? You know, what do I mean when I say that I am deep? And what do I mean when I say that you are deep? I feel like depth is all about having some self-awareness. See, like what is the emphasis on shallowness in our culture is all about looking at the things around us, whatever is right now, and taking that thing at face value and not really considering anything that's, any of the more underlying stuff that goes on in order to create that. People are said to be shallow when they only care about what somebody looks like before they start up a relationship, or they only care even about like a certain attribute. Men are accused of being shallow if they will only date a girl if her boobs are a certain size. Women are considered shallow if they'll only date a guy who's a certain height, that sort of thing. But ultimately, depth is about self-awareness first. We have to know who we are in order to be able to look past the superficialities in others. Good morning, Shauna. I see that you are here. So that's what one of the prerequisites for being deep, for having depth of character, is to have a deep awareness of ourselves, of who we are. And when we know ourselves, or at least we've gone past the depth, the shallowness of what we look like or what we like, and kind of gone into the deeper ideas of who we are, what our values are, what our core concepts are that make us who we are. Only then can we start to see that in other people. So you are deep, and I am deep as well. And once we have that self-awareness, that's when we can start to cultivate one of the next very important things that comes when that allows us to experience that depth of character, which is empathy. We have to know who we are, because once we know who we are, then we start to recognize that how we present to the outside world is not really always how we present on the inside. And oftentimes the way that we present to the outside world is as a result of trauma or pain that we personally have experienced. And as we recognize our personal lived experience, we can have empathy for other people. Instead of just saying, oh, they act the way they do because they're crazy, we say, oh, they act the way they do because they're hurt. And we can love somebody who's hurt. It's hard to love somebody who's crazy. It's easier to love somebody who's hurting. And so empathy is the next incredible benefit that we get from being deep. As we are empathetic, another wonderful thing that we have is to be authentic. Authenticity happens. And we get to live in our own as our own authentic selves because we have empathy for others. It's authenticity without empathy is arrogance. And authenticity without self-awareness is impossible. And so when we are deep, we get to start living in a more authentic way, letting our yes be a yes and our no be a no, and knowing why our yes is a yes and our no is a no, and being empathetic as we communicate those things. And ultimately, that authenticity that we have allows us to experience integrity. And integrity is really just about having the insides match the outsides, having the way that we truly would like to present ourselves to the world and the way that we truly feel and present ourselves to ourselves be the same way. We are strong when we have integrity. And so we are deep today, and we look past the surface and into the profound. And as we look into the profound, we recognize that we first have to look into the profoundness of ourselves. And as we look into the profoundness of ourselves, then we experience empathy for other people, which permits us to be authentic, to have an authentic life, and ultimately to live in integrity. And this is the value of being deep. And so I'm going to ask you once again, if you're deep, are you deep? You are deep. You look past the surface and into the profound and receive the numerous and myriad benefits for that life choice. So, you are deep today. If you were here on Sunday, you know that I told a story about a girl named Luna. And as she navigates through the story, we go through these cards. And so I'm going to read the part of the story that is about being deep. If you'd like to hear the whole story, you can go back to my Sunday night broadcast and you can hear the whole thing. But I am going to read this one paragraph right now about depth. So, determined to delve deeper into the mysteries of the world, Luna began to look past the surface of things and explore the profound. She sought out hidden truths and to understand the meaning behind the most ordinary of occurrences. Luna found beauty in the complexities of the universe, and in doing so, discovered that life's greatest treasures were often hidden beneath layers of ambiguity. This newfound perspective allowed her to appreciate the wonders that surrounded her, and she became a beacon of wisdom and insight for your community. Just like Luna becomes a beacon of insight and wisdom for her community, so too are you when you look past the surface and into the profound. And today, as you experience the depth of your own character through the ideals that we've already talked about, you too will be somebody who is sought out for your own wisdom and for your own understanding. I want to say thank you guys so very much for coming by today. And thank you so much for coming by today. We are going to have a wonderful day today, and I am just really grateful to be in it with you. So whatever your day brings, whatever stresses that your day brings, whatever unexpected things that your day brings, just know that you can approach them with a depth of character, and that in doing so, you are developing some incredible character traits in yourself. I will see you guys at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, where we will pull the next card in the series, read the next part of the story, and affirm some more beautiful things about ourselves. Until then, this is your daily reminder that I love you and that I care about you and that I think that you're an amazing person and that I believe all the words that I say about you. And aloha from paradise.